Heaven, the supernatural place where good people go when they die, as long as you didn't pick the wrong religion. Depending on the religion, the description of heaven differs, often described as paradise, a place where you're rewarded for eternity for living a pious life. Today, we're going to be looking at different versions of heaven from the top religions in the world to see which one's the best. Up first, we got Catholicism. In Catholicism, God lives in heaven with all the angels. Hold up there, pal. Before you get in, you gotta get through purgatory first, in order to purify your soul. Purgatory is pretty much like the ultimate doctor's office waiting room, but how long it is depends on how much you need to be purified, so most of us are probably gonna be there for a while. Purgatory kinda sucks, but at least heaven is good. You got eternal life, eternal bliss, no suffering, no pain, no sorrow, big heavenly banquets, ethereal beauty. That sounds pretty good. It would probably be A tier, but purgatory kind of brings it down to a high B. Next up, you got Protestant. No purgatory, same heaven, probably less saints. A tier. So in Judaism, there's 7 heavens. Vilion, Rakia, Shahaquim, Zebul, Maon, Makon, and Aravat. Let's take a look at each one individually. Vilion is the closest to Earth, described as a curtain that separates the earth from the heavens. If that's all Vilion is, it kinda sucks. Next up is Rakia, which is called the Expanse, where fallen angels are imprisoned. The Expanse kinda gives me nothingness vibes, it's probably pretty boring. Shahaquim is where things start getting cool. Home to the Garden of Eden, the Tree of Life, manna, the food of the angels is produced here. However, for some reason, hell is here too, just on the north side. As long as you stay away from the bad part of town, should be a pretty nice place. Next up is Zebul. We got a heavenly version of Jerusalem, and this is where the archangels dish out divine justice. Mayon is next, home to the song-uttering choirs, which are a bunch of angels who sing from time to time, but if they sing at the wrong time, they get consumed by fire. Makon is next, said to be a place of pure spiritual light, where God reveals his glory in full, whatever that means. Finally, we got Aravat, the highest of all the heavens, the source of all spiritual blessings, and boundless light beyond the comprehension of mortal beings. Honestly, some of the heavens sound cool, but others not so much. Plus, you gotta meditate and pray a bunch to get into the better ones, so Jewish heaven goes in C tier. Next up is Islam, where heaven is referred to as paradise. The ultimate reward for devout followers seems to have a pretty standard set of heavenly things. You got eternal happiness, no pain or suffering, fresh food and drink served by attendants, who are probably just the people who didn't follow Islam well enough. You get to be reunited with all your loved ones and companions. There are also different tiers of Islamic heaven. Prophets get access to the best tier, known as Firdaus. Scholars and teachers get a decent rank, and normal believers get a rank depending on how good their deeds were. All in all, not a bad place. Tempted to say S tier, but the fact that there's different ranks kind of drops it down to a high A. Next is Buddhism, probably one of the most complex systems of heaven yet. There are various planes of being, all across infinite dimensions, all connected in the cycle of death and rebirth. The ultimate goal is to escape this cycle, attaining enlightenment, but I'm going to focus on all these heavenly planes, where if you're really good, you get to be reborn into. The lower heavens are all part of the mountain of Sumeru. At the base is Asura. Asura is not regarded as a place of suffering, but it doesn't sound too great either. The Asuras are always fighting to try and get back to Triastrimsa, where they used to live, but they can't get past the 4 great kings, which reside in the next realm, Chaturmaharajika. Chaturmaharajika is on the slopes of Mount Sumeru and is home to the 4 great kings and their whole entourage, which includes dwarves, dragons, goblins, etc. If you're reborn here, you are said to be 750 feet or 230 meters tall, living anywhere from 90,000 to 9 million years. At the peak of Mount Sumeru is Triastrimsa, filled with palaces and the gardens of the Devas, which are essentially the gods of Buddhism. Here, you would be a being that is 1,500 feet or 460 meters tall, living anywhere from 30 to 36 million years. The higher heavens pretty much continue in a similar pattern. You get taller and live longer each time.
Oh shit, here we go again.
First up is Yama, which is the heaven without fighting. you get to be 2,250 feet tall, or 960 meters, living for 144 million years. Next is Tusita, slightly better than Yama, but you're 3,000 feet tall and live for 576 million years. Then we got Nirmana Radi, where you unlock a new ability to take on any appearance you like, as long as it's somebody who's 3,750 feet tall and lives for 2,304 million years. At the tippity top, we got Paran Irmida Vasavartan, which is where the Devas live who have power over all the other Devas. Here, you're going to be 4,500 feet with a lifespan of 9,216 million years. After all those years, you still can just get reborn back on Earth as a human, or like a bug. So most of these realms sound kind of cool. There's dwarves and dragons, and you get to be super tall for some reason. It's not permanent, so I'm going to go with B on this one. Finally, we got Hinduism. Their version of heaven is called Svarga. Similar to Buddhism, it's just a bunch of realms on a mountain called Meru. On any one of these realms, you get to delight in various pleasures for a while, but ultimately, you have to go back to Earth to be reborn as a human. And for some reason, the Asuras are here too, fighting with all the Devas. But honestly, it's kind of like a copy-paste of Buddhism, except without the dragons. C tier. Thanks for watching. If I missed your religion and you want me to cover it in like a part 2 video, just let me know in the comments. Bye.